Hi, everyone. I'm back, and this week I'd like to talk about an American photographer, Greg Siegel. He makes photo essays that make you think about stuff. So I brought a slideshow to show you what I mean. So the first series I wanted to show you was called 7 Days of Garbage. And what Siegel did was have the people that participated in this project collect their garbage and recycling for a whole week. And then at the end of the week, he photographed them in his backyard with all their debris, all the garbage from one whole week. And he wanted you to think about what we use. How much garbage do you make in a week? Where does it go? Where does it go once it leaves your house? And this is Gabby, and this is her garbage for a week. And he photographed her in some water. So he wanted you to think that the garbage affects every environment, whether it be the desert or the water or the mountains, anywhere. And this is all her garbage and recycling for a week. And what happens to it after it leaves? Where does it go on this planet? It doesn't get shot into space, right? So it's here somewhere. And here's the photographer himself and his son and his wife and all their garbage. So he didn't exclude himself from this project. He did it too, because he wanted to think, and he wanted his son to think about what they use and where it goes. We generate a lot of trash. Here's another project he did called Daily Bread. And in this one, he worked with children around the world and he had them write down what they ate, everything they ate for an entire week. And at the end of the week, they got all the food and they photographed the child with their food. So this is a girl from the Amazon region of Brazil and everything that she ate that week. And you can see a lot of fish and fruits and vegetables, some grains. I don't see anything in a package or anything that comes from the store. I don't think where she lived there was a store. I think she had to travel several hours to get to school. So it wasn't like going across the street to the store and getting a bag of chips. This is everything I think that grows near her or comes out of the river. And this is very different from this boy, also from Brazil, but from the city, and everything that he ate in a week. And you can see a lot of different packaged goods from the store. Not so many fish or fruits and vegetables, not so many things that were maybe harvested nearby, but a lot of things that he had access to from the store. So the access that these families had is very different. And probably also the amount of money they had to spend on food is very different. So by doing this series, the photographer really makes us think about these things around the world and what we eat and why we eat it and where it comes from. And here's a little girl in California. Greg Siegel is from California. And this is what she ate that week. A little bit less because she's only 6. An interesting variety here that's different from the previous 2. She's got some foods from the store, some things that were made at home, some fruits and vegetables. So I see some cheese sticks and a banana, quesadilla, a variety of things. And here's a little boy who's 9 from the United Arab Emirates and what he ate. I see a pizza here. Pizza seems to be the world around. There's a lot. He did a lot of these photographs, but there was a lot of pizza all over the world. I was surprised. And also bananas, a lot of bananas. But I think I see some sandwiches and some stews in here, some fruits and vegetables and grains, but all different. So Siegel really wants us to think about what we eat and where it comes from, how we form our eating habits as children. You know what you like and you know what you have access to, and that sets how you eat for the rest of your life. So he wanted us all to think about whether there was change required, if what we were eating was healthy, and what people have access to. Sometimes you don't have a choice. You eat what you can get. Here's another series. This one is called Undaily Bread. And this is a series he did about Venezuelan refugees, mothers and children who were walking for a week from Venezuela to Colombia in search of a better life and more access to food. Because in Venezuela, there's a big crisis and it's very difficult to get access to food and it's very expensive. So a lot of people leave and try to go someplace else to make a better life. So, in contrast to the Daily Bread series, this is the Undaily Bread. This is the people that he followed who made the journey from Venezuela to Colombia on foot, by car ride, all different ways. But it was a long journey, it took a week, and this is what they carried with them: the few things that they chose to bring from home and the food that they ate on that journey. What do you notice that's different? This is 1 week, too, 3 people. The food I see is some bread, some flatbreads, some sort of drink, and some water, not a lot of food compared to the abundance that we saw in the pictures before. And here's another little girl. She traveled with her mother, who's not pictured here. And what she brought with her on that week-long journey and what she ate. She had a little more access to food, it looks like. You see some bananas and some flatbreads, more bread and some chips, some juice and water. And what she chose to bring from home, only a couple things. And a little boy on the same journey, he also went with his mother. And they mostly had bread and water and cookies. That's what it said in the little write up. And brought some clothing. He brought his last homework assignment from school before he left as a memory. And that's really it. So the photographer is really, he's taught us about something, about the hardship and the journey that these people are making and the access to food and how people will do something like walk for a week to get a better situation where they can have more access to food and better jobs. And he's really made us think about this and educated us through photography. So we've looked at Greg Siegel's work and we've learned a lot about different situations around the world and different ways that you can make people think about things or educate people by a simple photograph. And what I'd like you to do is make a photograph of your own, and you can choose any topic that you want. You could try doing a day of garbage. Make sure it's okay with your parents first. um, you can maybe do sort of like a self portrait that teaches us about you. Surround yourself with 10 of your favorite things. I thought about doing all the books I had read in the pandemic. That would make a really neat picture. But then I realized so many of them were from the library and I don't have them anymore. So it's up to you, but make a portrait that we learn something from. And you're the subject. So pick your items, arrange them. Think about how you're going to arrange them. Do the big ones all go over here, or are they arranged evenly around? Your color, that's going to make you look around. So is it just red over here? You're going to move things around. And how you're going to place yourself in the picture. Also, put it in a favorite place or a meaningful place to you. Like maybe it's on the floor, or maybe you're in a chair that you've spent a lot of time in, or it's up to you. And then Now you need somebody else to take the picture. And if you don't have access to a camera, that's fine. Make your arrangement and then draw it out with yourself in there. Document it in that way. I chose to make this portrait of my work life making videos over the last year instead of being in the classroom. So I included a lot of the projects I've done and a lot of the tools I use to make videos. And I can't wait to see what you choose to surround yourself with and how you compose your picture.